like the music on this show. Hello, I'm your host, TJ Thompson. This is my band that plays. They're over there every night. Simmer down, simmer down. Thank you, thank you. So I'm TJ Thompson. Welcome. It's Monday night. It's Monday movie night, and I'm here in my new digs. We had some clients take over the studio, so this is their homes and decor set that they have they have left here, and I will be definitely partaking in for the next 8 weeks, 6-7 weeks. With that said, let me go ahead and bring in my co-host. First off, we have the one, the only Brian
Hi.
Smith and the Smithereens. That'd be the name of his jazz
That's right.
band.
That's right.
What's
What's
a
up,
weird?
everybody?
It was a weird the creepy Charlie and the
Hi,
Chocolate
guys.
Factory.
Hi.
Creepy Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then the anchor of the ship, the one that keeps all the craziness to a minimum. Miss
The one who's
Kimberly
thrown
Thompson.
overboard and dragged on the bottom of the shore.
Hey guys,
Yeah. So what's up?
Hey.
happy
fellas?
Monday.
I liked your pineapple, Kim.
So we got
Thank
some.
you. For those who don't know, it's a symbol in the South. TJ and I had this argument the other day. That's all I'm going to say about it.
It is a symbol of the South. Go
Comment
to Wikipedia to
if you
figure it out.
know. Hey, this is a good focus group. Wait, this is a good focus group. In the comments, let me know if you know what the pineapple symbolizes.
Hawaii.
Because he told me when I told him this that no one knows that, and I'm like, it is a known fact.
I'll go tell you that
We'll see-
whatever
we'll
you're
see
going
how
to
many
say, I
times
don't
you
know it.
this.
This is our audience. Because this guy listened to the show last week, but he didn't comment because Rocket League. So
Yeah.
so I doubt that he knows what the pineapple on your hoodie is gonna
I take it,
represent,
Jeff.
Kimberly.
Look, if we do this much longer, TJ, it's going to get to the point where I'm going to be playing
Someone
something. I'm going
watching
to
may
play
know.
the whole time while we're on this.
What's up, Josh? I'm glad to see you here. So Cassandra answered, I'm not going to show that because I feel like she was part of that conversation, so she does not get to participate in the focus group.
I do not know what you're talking about. You need to show what did Cassandra say.
No. Well, guys, we had an awesome. Oh, see this. This is more. This is a correct answer for what the pineapple means. SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob. That's what I see. All right. So, guys, if you're not familiar, this is Monday Movie Night. We pick a movie each week to watch. We don't watch it right now. So if you haven't watched tonight's movie, which is The Hustle, we're going to ruin it for you. Or possibly not ruin it for you and not talk about it at all and just touch on it and randomly talk on other things for the rest of the show. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what could come of tonight? It's a crazy night. So to get everybody acclimated with the film, let's take a look at the trailer. If you're still commenting, our pre-show is awesome. We love having you guys talk. Feel free to comment during the show. Pull us off topic. I don't care. It's just for fun. This is all because we were bored during quarantine, and that's coming to an end, so we don't want the show to end, so keep up the momentum. All right, so let's start off with taking a look at the trailer, and then we'll let Kim kind of take us through what The Hustle was about.
Is the scene taken? I'll just get a glass of water, please. I have to save all my money because I'm here to find my sister. She's been taken.
Taken? Like,
By men who sell hot white virgins to cajillionaires on yachts.
I am very moved by your story. Order anything you like.
I'll have a club sandwich and an order of fries, 2 slices of cake. Do you want any cake?
No.
3 slices of cake and a Diet Coke.
Impressive.
I'm a con artist.
Sisters in arms.
I had no idea how small time I was until I met you.
Penny. Why are women better suited to the con than men?
Because we're used to faking it.
Because no man will ever believe a woman is smarter than he is.
Is it valuable?
$500,000.
I like it because it's shiny. I could be the partner you never knew you needed. Teach me your sugar baby ways. Take this to the guest room, butlery person.
First lesson, there's nothing more compelling to a man than a vulnerable woman. Observe.
Wow, you can just tear up like that. Can you make the tear roll down your cheek? Oh.
Now you try.
Gee.
Are you constipated?
She's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dig.
If you want to be like me, you must be trained for any situation.
She always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace.
She's ready.
He's the mark.
He's a tech millionaire.
Billionaire, I bet.
Try to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Come through. Yep, blind person walking here. If this person would just scoot over. Would you mind, sir? Sir?
Men always underestimate us, and that is what we use.
You let her get away!
Trashy dressing, did it again. Release the peasants!
She must mean pheasants, yeah?
Don't worry, darling. She's a terrible shot.
That was unexpected.
All right. That was Kim's pick of The Hustle. The Hustle, 2019 release by MGM. We watched it on Hulu. Quick stats about it. It had a budget of $21 million. It made $13 million on opening weekend. It's grossed a total now of $95 million.
Gosh.
I know. I just want to put that out there. Also, if you hear my horny frog friend outside, that's what that is. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. He won't go away. Kimberly, take us away with your pick, The Hustle. What'd you think? Tell us about it. What was it?
Okay. Do you want me to give an overview of what the movie was about?
Yeah, tell everybody what it was about
Okay.
first off, if you can.
So
This may be harder
the
than
Hustle
Willow.
is no, definitely not. Props again, Brian, to you last week describing Willow. So The Hustle is about two women who are con artists. You have Penny, who she is kind of the low budget, low class con artist who's played by Rebel Wilson. And then you have Josephine, who's played by Anne Hathaway, and she's more of a high class. She has higher marks. She targets rich men, and she's, rich herself just because she's just accumulated all this money by manipulating people and taking their stuff. So basically, Rebel Wilson runs into Anne Hathaway, realizes who she is, and wants to basically learn the ways of the Jedi. She wants to learn she wants to step up her game. She wants to be better at swindling people. So Anne Hathaway teaches her in hopes to get rid of her. I'll teach you, you're good, you'll go away. That doesn't end up working. So then they make a bet to find a mark, and whoever can swindle $500,000 out of him wins. The other one will leave the French Riviera, which is where they're at. Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier. The other one will leave the French Riviera. Whoever gets the money can stay and kind of keep that as their domain. And so that is basically the gist of the movie. Also, I would like to point out that if the trailer
I got you.
had...
I was waiting on it. I'm so sorry, Kim. I was joking with Brian. I was waiting on him to yawn so that I could put him on camera.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
he caught me on it.
Sorry. I'm so... This kind of sums up the movie for me. All right, keep going.
I've totally lost it where I was at. The trailer.
You had forgotten to mention the
If
French
you saw
Riviera.
The trailer, no, I finished the synopsis of the movie. Basically, if you watch the trailer, those were all the best lines. The story isn't really that well written. I was kind of disappointed. I didn't think it was that good. I had high hopes for this movie because I love a good, comedy. I will say, as a disclaimer, I'm not a big Anne Hathaway fan. She has done some incredible movies, and she's done some incredible acting. There is something about her that I just do not like. She just rubs me the wrong way. I can't quite put my finger on it. So I went in this movie knowing that I'm not a big Anne Hathaway fan, but I thought I'd put that to the side. But again, she annoyed me again on this movie. So Rebel Wilson, I don't know, just the way it was written, the jokes fell flat. It just didn't live up to it for me. Again, going back to our theme of Monday Movie Night, it had horrible accents. I feel like that's every movie we've watched. Horrible accents. I forgot to mention, this is a remake of a older movie called Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which I've heard is excellent. So it does make me want to go back and watch the original to see how it compares. But yeah, I just I wasn't a fan.
Why'd
it
you pick
wasn't
it?
that funny to me. I went in a little blinded. I'd seen a trailer. I thought the trailer makes it look funny. Like I thought they were going to be this dynamic duo and they were going to be hilarious together. They were going to have this awesome chemistry and like they were going to swindle these men. I mean, the premise of the movie didn't like turn me off, if that's what you're asking. I feel like it just wasn't written very well. Like the movie wasn't that long, but I was counting down the minutes. Like it felt long to me. Like it kept going and I was like, man, we're still going. But I looked it up and it's only like 90 minutes or something, like an hour and a half. It's not even that long. I don't know the exact, but it felt way longer. And I would say that's just because how it was written. It was a dud.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is not, you're talking about how long it felt. It also, when it ended, I was like, wait, is that the end? Like, did it just end? Like, is this the end of the movie? It was such a weird ending.
I will acknowledge I have a lot of bad things on my card, but I have one good thing. And I think I was with Kim. Like when she picked it out, I saw the thing, and there was another movie. I think it was like Spies Like Us, was the name of it, and I thought it was gonna have that kind of vibe. Like that was good chemistry. Like it worked really well. But like this one, it was bad. But the thing I didn't see in the whole thing was the twist with Medusa.
Yes.
I didn't see
Yes,
that
I totally
one.
failed to mention
With the dude, like the Facebook dude, being like the
The
this is a complete
con?
spoiler. If you haven't seen this movie, yeah, this is ruining it for you right now. But
Yeah, but
well, it's
the
not really
problem is-
ruining it for you, but
The problem is it doesn't make any sense at all. Like
that he was conning them, kind of thing.
but his long con to con them started with him creating a tech company that was acknowledged by other people and sold for billions of dollars
Yeah.
already. Like, what's the point? What a
Well, I
dumb
think like
con.
what I took of that is that character was already created. Like he was just pretending to be that guy.
So yeah, I think you're getting backed up on the
Yeah,
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels by a few folks. Greg and Jeff both saying you've got to check out Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
I'll say this: I haven't seen it either.
Well, there you go.
It might be my pick next
Hopefully,
week.
it's written better than The Hustle because it just fell flat.
Because Kim, you said you don't like Anne Hathaway, and she's an interesting person because a lot of people don't like her. Like it's a thing. It's like a regular thing. I think she's
the air she puts off of. I don't know.
I think she's super talented. I think her dumb English accent was on purpose in this movie. Her funny Danish accent I thought was great. Like I love that accent. But man, if there was ever like I talk about charisma a lot when you watch people in films, like this person's got natural charisma. It's shocking how much charisma Rebel Wilson has. Like you can't like measure it. But whenever she's on the screen, the movie's immediately better, even if it's a garbage movie. And for whatever reason in this movie, Anne Hathaway was like just a charisma vacuum. I don't know what it was. I like her in most movies. Did we talk about Get Smart last week? She was in a movie called Get Smart that I think
it was good though. She did. I liked it.
Right, yeah.
But shit, in this movie,
and I agree with you, Brian. She's done some like her acting skills. I feel like are really good. Like
yeah, she's
even
phenomenal.
though I don't like her, I will give credit where credit is due. She's a phenomenal actress. But there is something about her. I just don't know what it is. Maybe
I'm gonna look down at my phone for a second.
Group and figure that out.
Because I read a quote on Wikipedia that I want to read to you guys because I thought it was amazing. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian wrote, Anne Hathaway detonates a megaton blast of pure unfunniness in this terrifying film. That's what The Guardian's
dang, bro.
I know that's so harsh.
Yeah,
I think she should stay away from comedy. I feel like where her strength is in like dramas.
The thing is, I know she can do it. She
Get Smart. She does it.
She was great in Get Smart. Yeah,
I don't even like her in Get Smart.
Yeah. They're Jeff and Greg are both talking about Michael Caine and Steve Martin in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh yeah, it's got Steve Martin in it.
Yeah,
Steve Martin's awesome.
Dirty
Yep.
Rotten Scoundrels is a remake of a movie called Bedtime
Maybe that's my
Stories.
next pick. We'll watch the original.
I already picked my movie, so you can't take it. You can't take my pick.
I said my next pick. I can
Oh,
pick
okay.
the original.
I'm down. Yeah, I
The
haven't
Hustle.
seen it.
Yeah. Brian, would you say Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was a remake of another movie?
Yeah, called Bedtime Stories. I think is what it's called.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
Diana
like
said-
Inception. We're 3 layers deep here.
Yeah, it's like the inception of the movie. Diana said she liked her in Devil Wears Prada. Never seen that.
Yes, yeah, she's great.
Mm,
But do you still got
Diana, I
that
will
weird
agree
girl
with you that
vibe?
She is.
That weird like
She's. I can stomach the Devil Wears Prada. Like it's like I can handle her in the Devil Wears Prada.
I think the thing for people, and I'm not speaking for you necessarily, Kim, but this is what I think it is with people: is she's crazy talented. She could sing like she's an incredible singer, man. And what's the movie Les Mis? She was phenomenal in that. She's super attractive. She's probably brilliant. She's that kid in school who's good at everything and drove you crazy because she would tell on you because you didn't do your homework. That's the vibe she puts off, I think, and I don't know why, but she does.
Totally.
Like she's the kid that's going to raise the hand and ask the substitute teacher if you can have more work or something, and we all feel it as a society, and it's weird. It's a weird thing that comes.
We're like, we knew you as a kid, so we are already judging you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was a great example of like how you can have bad chemistry on screen.
Oh
Like
man,
it-
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
it's like a lesson in that because the movie and the premise itself was, I mean, it was okay. Like it was dumb and funny and like how things evolved were like it falls in line with that kind of genre. You just put someone else in there with Rebel Wilson that can balance that and bounce back and forth, and I think you got a completely different movie. I mean, you get a
I think-
completely different score from me for sure.
yeah. The problem was like there's also some moments that were just so awkward, right? Like that scene where Anne Hathaway is dancing on the dude in the nightclub, and she's like grinding up on him, and you could tell that everyone in the room was uncomfortable. And like she was uncomfortable, he was uncomfortable. Their background characters were like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like what I'm seeing. And I don't know if that was on purpose and that was what was supposed to be funny or not, but it just wasn't. Also, like the 99% of the jokes were like leftover jokes from Pitch Perfect with Rebel Wilson, right? Like it was just her making silly faces and like,
Yeah.
oh, she can't jump over this. Like, what is that thing called in gymnastics?
Yeah, the like
stall horse?
horse. Yeah, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
But like her training involved her just running into that for 5 minutes. It's
Yeah.
like they put her in a room and they're like, "Be funny. You just go, be funny." And she tried, man, but it.
Yeah, I like some of the things that I did find funny were the cuts between the two of them. Like sometimes those would be pretty funny, but that was like in the writing. I don't think they came up with that on the spot. You know, like the
Yeah, I laughed out loud at multiple times.
the colored
But it's
like
so boring.
it's like you're a multicolored Beetlejuice or something like that, or like there was like
Yeah.
these like
you laughed
like
at that
quip-
because that's something you would totally say.
Yeah, probably. But a good example of Rebel Wilson and like the chemistry thing and the like the fact that Anne Hathaway was kind of this vacuum that sucked that out of the room was I feel like Rebel Wilson had better chemistry with the butler guy
Oh
than
yeah,
she did with like Anne Hathaway.
Yes,
Like those two,
totally.
like I felt it. It was great, right? Like when he comes out and puts like the like wet floor sign down
Yeah.
and like like
When
throws
he
her
threw
bag.
the super glue remover.
Or yeah, when he puts the super glue down when her hand's stuck on the wall. So like that was an example of like, oh, this is how this could have felt. Like if you had another person to bounce this off of, And to me, it felt like Rebel Wilson's character was trying so hard to be funny that sometimes it left me, it pulled me out of it a little bit. Like I felt
I
like
think
she was
Yeah.
trying.
knew.
Yeah,
She
and
knew
I think
she was in
that's
a bomb, and she was trying to make it fun. She was like, "I got to save this."
yeah. She's like, I'm putting everybody on my back, and we're going for it hard, And I was like, yeah, but what you're doing is you're making your actual funny parts less funny.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, kind of like, okay, it's kind of getting old, and then you hit a good one, and I'm like, oh, well, that was kind of funny. But if you hadn't had me just kind of constantly being like, well, that was kind of a miss. That was kind of a miss. Oh wait, there we go. That one, it never really died down like it should have. Where like the serious character would have taken over a little bit. But yeah, it was definitely wonky. I like the Django music. Do you know who Django Reinhardt is?
Uh,
I like the French Django music. That was another one of my. That was my two good points. Was the twist in the Django music.
I also was real confused on like where they were a lot of times. Like you're talking about that scene where she came down the stairs and slid. Was she at Anne Hathaway's house then, or was she at that dude's fancy hotel room, or was she in her fancy hotel room? Like it was real. I couldn't figure out where they were in the movie a lot of the times.
They were just in France.
But like, yeah, but then like, why?
Somewhere.
There was no reason for them to be in France. He just came there, and they were at a hotel for some reason. Then it was real confusing to me. We're like, I bet there's a story in the making of this movie that explains why there's so many parts of it that are weird or missing. You know, like where's the ending? And like where did that come from?
I also think if we probably watched the original, we would be like, oh,
This is what it was meant
I
to be.
get it. This is what they were trying to do. But you did a terrible job of telling someone who hadn't seen the original version what
Yeah,
was
I
going
wonder.
on. Yeah, I bet the casino scenes would be a lot cooler too.
Yeah,
A lot more slick.
I like that. Like I liked how it started off so strong. I was ready for it. But yeah, as soon as they got in that train together, it was like, oh,
It got weird.
this thing.
And I'm going to open this can of worms real quick. Like, I'm wondering if Dirty Rotten Scoundrel is like the male version. And like someone was like, let's take the storyline and make a female version of it. You know,
Yeah,
kind of like they
totally,
did with
that's the whole point.
Ghostbusters.
This is I think that sums it up for us. Is we would have been more disappointed if we had watched.
Yes,
the rest.
totally.
Yeah.
Those were left out for a reason, Brian.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Probably true. If we had watched the original, we would have definitely been more disappointed. All right,
Oh
let's
man, I
do,
hope the original is good. Like I hope it's worth it.
I don't know, maybe. Let's talk wrap up, get into scores, and then jump into our post show for a bit. We can hang out with folks. Kim, you wanna finish us? I'll tell you what, we'll go let's do me, Brian, Kim tonight. I'll take it
All right,
first.
in order.
Yeah, we'll go in order. All right. So as I sit here in my living room, purchased at Home Goods by the fine folks at the Gathering Place, I'd like to summarize this movie by it being terrible, but not that bad. It was promising, but did not hold my attention. I saw no theatrical value in it at all. There's nothing like I can even pull from it that I was like, oh, well, this was cool or that was good. The only thing I really liked in it was the music. If you're a Django Reinhardt fan, which I like Django music, it's that like that very French, like Riviera-esque, like guitar music. I like that. I like the feel of the like French environment, but the chemistry between Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson was terrible. And it was just horrible. It took me out of it from the very beginning, and I was honestly checking out pretty much through the whole thing. And then I think when she went blind is when I kind of came back. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, I kind of want to see how this plays out. And then the twist was probably the best part there at the end. I definitely think that you should watch the original. So I haven't seen it, but I definitely am going to now after watching this one because I had heard good things about Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I just hadn't watched it. So with that being said, I gave it a 60.
That's
Which
pretty
is,
good.
Which is well, yeah, you know what? I feel like that is too good. I think 50 is a better score. I'm going 50.
What?
Yeah, I'll change it.
Brian!
I'm going 50. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going 50.
I feel like you're being vindictive.
No, you know what? Now that I think about it, like in the other movies that I've scored, 60's too high. I'm going 50.
You've never scored anything below 7.
Going 50. Brian, what'd you think?
Listen, Kim, I just want you to know this is not vindictive, what I'm going to say at the end of this little rant. But I think that, man, the storyline made almost no sense at all to me. Like the location made no sense. The chemistry made no sense. I'm a fan of Anne Hathaway. I know a lot of people don't like her. She gives them that weird attitude. I think in this movie it was directing. Like I think she was directed and she followed directions because it was so bad. Like it had to be on purpose. That's how bad it is. Like how just awkward and stale her performance is. I mean, Rebel Wilson, like we said, she tried. She did every single thing she could, and it just didn't work. And the fact that it just faded, it was a weird fade out. I don't even know how to explain the ending. I was shocked by it. So I gave it him. Sorry, because I did laugh at it. I gave it a 40. I mean, it was it. I keep bashing on Aeronauts.
I deserve
and,
that from Brian.
It's not you. It's the movie. I promise. Because
Aeronauts was way better than this.
oh man, so much better. And I think I gave that one like a 65 or something. So
Yeah.
I had it. I mean, yeah, this was a good palate cleanser where I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe these other movies weren't that bad. Like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
I agree. That's actually a very good way of pointing it, like as a palate cleanser, because like we've seen like when you look at like Willow and like the even the Magnificent Butcher, you're like, I remember watching these old movies that are horrible or whatever, right? You know, and in your mind you're like, this is all dated and all. And then you watch this one, which is made in 2019 and is worse.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, it kind of puts things in perspective. With all that said, Kimberly, how did you score it?
As much as I don't like to admit this, I agree with everything you guys both said. I was thoroughly disappointed. I had super high hopes that this would be an awesome comedy that I would get in the 90s, like that it would be just phenomenal. But it wasn't. It was lackluster. And Anne Hathaway screwed me again. And
again.
Did she get you earlier that
first
we don't
time.
know about? Yeah.
No, it's the same way I feel after I watch most of her movies. I gave it a 60. I thought that was a really low score, but obviously not.
We're kind of on point. We got a 20-point spread, right? All right. So with all that said, oh man, 40. I give you 50. Yeah. So a 50, a 40, and a 60. That's gonna bring your average to 65.
Oh no!
Oh no! Brian.
I'm below Brian.
Brian has taken a strong, commanding second place. That's what you get for picking two terrible movies. One that made absolutely no sense. Where'd you go, Bernadette?
Yeah.
Went in the trash can, not to be rented ever again. And then you go and pick this nonsense, which I don't blame you for, because it did look promising. And from like, if you're judging a book by its cover, this one looked like it had it all. But yeah, let's one more time. What was it? 86.
Okay, just stop.
65.
That is wild.
65. Those are the averages, man. Like averaging those movies in there, they're killer.
Yeah, because I agree. I told Sarah like because my wife and I haven't watched a bunch of these together.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, we should watch this one. I think this is one we're gonna like. And at the end of it, she was like, that was a bad movie.
What do you do on Mondays? Watch terrible movies with your friends.
Yeah.
Well, next week, let's check out what we're gonna do next week. I don't know. I like pulling out of the hat, even though there's only one movie, because we decided that we would go in order from now on. Next week, I selected this movie a mere 28-ish minutes ago. True Memoirs of an International Assassin. It's on Netflix. That'll be the movie we watch. I don't know.
Who's in that movie?
Huh? Kevin
Who's
James.
in that movie?
So Kevin James is who all I know nothing about it, to be honest with you. I picked it randomly off Netflix as I feel like my other ones, like I've kind of like researched a little bit. They were like ones I wanted to see. I thought they'd be pretty good. Help my score a little bit, but after tonight, y'all are both in the 60s and almost pushing 90. So figured why not we just roll the dice, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean you've had the best ones, no doubt.
Yeah.
Into Family and Fighting with My Family, like
yeah. The Fighting with My Family one was super surprising. We won't go into that, but that one was super surprising. So I think this one will be good. I don't think it'll be up there as high as those. But we'll see.
I will
We'll,
say I'm a sucker for Kevin James. Like I
sucker for
love Here Comes the Boom. Both the Paul Blarts. Like I like legitimately enjoy
Zookeeper.
him.
Yeah,
Zookeeper was weird.
I like him.
I actually haven't seen Here Comes the Boom. I
Oh,
want
it's
to.
good, dude.
I heard it's
Hey,
good.
just for a second,
Is that
Zookeeper.
one
Have you
kid
seen
friendly?
Zookeeper?
First, Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah. I've shown it to student ministry before.
Okay.
Have you? But you guys have seen Zookeeper?
Student ministry,
Yeah.
not 10-year-old ministry.
That's true.
Point that out.
But Zookeeper is the movie where Kevin James gets hit in the head and wakes up not with the ability to hear animals speak, but the animals talk to him and say, "We've been able to speak the whole time. We just haven't want to. And because you hit your head, we decided, like, why not just let the fact that he hit his head give him the ability to hear animals speak?" I couldn't
I
get
know.
past that.
It makes no sense. We'll find out. We'll find out next week if this is an awesome Kevin James movie. I should have said that at the end. Next week on Monday, movie night.
Hey, you know what else